let's get this room banging. Everybody smash that thumbs up and share this out. We've got an interesting one for you. Let's talk a little bit about Indiana Criminal Code, Title 35. And I'll wait. Oh, we lost one. We got one in here.
Say bye.
Hey, one person. And now we got 0. Might have been the trolls coming in to see what we're doing. There you are. What's up?
Hey,
What's
everybody.
up, peoples? I can't read the chat. I'm driving as usual. All right, so let's talk about Indiana Criminal Code, Title 35. In Section 44, it's in reference to crimes committed against the general public, us, right? What we're working on right now is 3544-1, Section 4, subsection 4. And it is about employees of the government having conflicts of interests. And it's very specific about. We're going to turn the notifications off, guys. Hang on a second. We're not going to lose you guys. It's not worth it. We'll let it roll. You might get some ding in your ears, but so what we're working on are obviously these city and county contracts with government employees posing as their significant others so that they can get paid twice. And we've been digging pretty hard on the security contracts, in particular, the cops saying that they're security guards instead of the cops, contracting themselves through their own councils and boards. And one of them that we've been looking into pretty hard has been K4. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been watching our videos about K4 lately. I want to see how many of you are familiar with what we're talking about right now. Okay. I see the chat flying, so I'm assuming those are ones.
Yep.
Ones. All right. So we were told last week when we went to the Jeffersonville City Police Agency to report the assistant chief whose wife owns K4 to go to talk to their city attorney. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it, whether he prepares for us or not. That's where we're heading. A little late in the day, but they're supposed to be there till 5, so we should be fine. But yeah, so we're going to report it now. If anyone wants to, check out IC, which stands for Indiana Code 354414. Simple Google search. And you'll see that what we're talking about is obviously a state. Title 35 is criminal code. It's a crime in the state of Indiana, for sure. No doubt. And yes, there are some exemptions, but they don't pertain to what we're talking about at all. One of the things that they can do is, if their city or the board or whoever's allowing them to do a contract looks at it and determines that it's not a conflict of interest, then they are allowed to write up a waiver. It's not even a waiver. I can't even remember what it's called now.
It's like consent and acknowledgement.
It's a consent form that allows their monetary gains to go on the Indiana Gateway, so it becomes public knowledge. But that's in the case where it's determined to have not been a conflict of interest. So these fools, what they have done is they have filled out this form, and then, like, I'm talking about the city attorney and the mayor have filled out a form that is not, it says very specifically, this does not waive or allow the law to be violated. It says it right on there. It says that's not what this form is. This form is just for any contracts that are not a conflict of interest to be reported to the income to become public knowledge. So they made the income public knowledge. They did that, and it's like $1 million. Okay, like $1 million.
Big money.
Yeah, but they never did say how it's not a conflict of interest, and it's obviously a conflict of interest. Way too obvious.
Yeah.
So what's happened is the mayor of Jeffersonville, Indiana, has allowed the probably city council, we're assuming, to employ their chief of police officer's wife in several areas of the city of Jeffersonville to work as off-duty police officers running a security company completely supposed to be on the side. Well, it's not on the side because they're using the police resources. They're driving the police cars. They're talking on the police radios. They're wearing the police uniforms. They're using the police gas cards. They're police, and it's in Jeffersonville City Police jurisdiction. So it makes no sense. Suddenly, Tiffany is the most popular person in the world. I've never seen her get this many calls and texts in my whole time of being in a relationship with her until we started this live and forgot to turn off notifications.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, read some chat out loud.
Impersonating a cop.
Yeah, technically. And it's also when they got ghost employment and they're doing Title 35 violations to collect money, it's also theft under the Indiana Code.
Thank you, Cliff. We love you too. This
could turn into a whole slew of criminal code violations for the state and federal. Now, 354414 is a Class D felony. Class D felony. So the people who committed it would be held to a felony, a Class D felony.
Well, let's say they should be held to a Class D felony.
That would be the law. If the law was doing its job, which we're pushing now, then it will be Scott McVoy, the Assistant Chief of Jeffersonville City Police Department, would be charged with a Class D felony. And probably more, because like I said, theft, like that's what they do on ghost employment. If they catch somebody doing ghost employment, it's fraud and theft. So not only would they receive the 354414, but they would also receive fraud and theft. And we have reason to believe that there's a lot of ghost employment involved in this too, because everywhere we have gone, where they're contracted, the employees have told us on camera that they don't have the staff. So in other words, they're saying people are there, but they're not. You know, if you got someone that's supposed to fill a position and you say what time and where and what position the person has, and then they're not there.
Carl J. Oh, thank you, Carl J.
Thank you for donations, guys. Much appreciated. The air conditioner in the car went all the way out now. So whoever that was from E-Town that was saying you could fix our AC, we'll take you up on it now.
Yes.
We're all the way, we got zero AC now. It finally just hit the bricks and went all the way out. So I'm modest enough to say I'll accept that offer from whoever offered. But yeah, so guys, we're heading to the city attorney right now, which is at the mayor's office. His name's Les Merkley. And if he's elected, people need to quit doing that. You need to quit electing these fools that don't care about following the law. So anybody from Jeffersonville that's watching, pay closer attention to what's going on, guys.
I don't know which one is worse, Les Merkley or Trash Can Larry.
Yeah, so there's a story.
Thank you, Cliff. Yes. I'm getting ready to crack this window because
yeah, but it gets loud.
I don't want it to get loud on you guys.
And it's windy today too. But yeah, we're all the way on cold and it ain't working. Trash Can Larry. Let's talk about attorney Larry Wilder a little bit, and I got to be careful because I'm not going to get sued. I can only state facts. So here's some facts. Several years ago, Larry Wilder was barred from acting as an attorney for the city at all, because him and Judge Jacoby, former Judge Jacoby, but it was Jacoby, right? I don't want to say the wrong judge. I believe it was Judge Jacoby. I'll protect myself with saying I believe it was, but I could be wrong. They did it without the guy's knowledge. So the guy didn't receive any paperwork to tell him that he had an EPO filed against him and gone to court, according to the documents. And when he came to his board meeting to do his vote, which was against what the rest of the team wanted, they told him, no, man, you can't be here. You got an EPO out against you. So they made him leave, and he didn't get to vote. And something big happened that day, and I'm not going to say what it was yet. It was huge, though. Yeah, it created a whole waterfall of corruption. That one person not being able to do his vote for no for a thing. And anyway, that guy filed a bar complaint. The board member dude filed a bar complaint against Larry Wilder and Judge Jacoby, and it turned out that in fact the bar determined that they had done it in violation of the guy's due process, and they barred Larry Wilder from ever acting as a city attorney again on paper. Well, if you've seen the video that I published called something about city attorney, it's got a wild thumbnail and it says city attorney on it, and it's Les Merkley's the picture. Same picture as what this thumbnail is. That guy is the city attorney for Jeffersonville. Well, if you go to their council meetings, he's apparently employed Larry Wilder, the one that's not supposed to be sitting at city councils, to sit next to him during city councils. So he's the attorney for the attorney instead of just being the city attorney. And they reference to Mr. Wilder.
They said, we've got our attorney right here.
Yeah, they're talking to Wilder, right? So how is that not acting as the city attorney?
Yeah.
It's just a brazen BS that these idiots do. I mean, they are not.
Would you not go down one more?
I'm going to go down over.
Okay.
So yeah, it's crazy what these people think they can get away with. I mean, to me, it seems like you should be looking when you're committing crimes and you're violating bar rules and you're, violating federal statutes and stuff like that. You should be looking over your shoulder at minimum, like oh shit, when you're doing something wrong, and you should be thinking any moment I could get caught, right? Like put a one in the chat if that's how you would feel if you were committing a felony. You would feel like you need to watch over your shoulder and make sure you're not being watched, right? I would think, son of a bitch, man, I hope I don't get caught. If I was stupid enough to do something like that. But these guys are so used to doing these things.
Well, I mean, if I had so many people to help me cover it up and protect me and stonewall everybody from getting to me, then sure, I would be loosey-goosey with committing those felonies.
So the city council meetings are published on YouTube and
But that's
Facebook.
the thing, is how many people sit down and actually thoroughly read those?
So these guys, right, but these guys are knowing that what they're doing can be watched on television. Like, that's how easy they could get caught, right? And the other easy aspect is just a simple records request, super simple records request, public knowledge on paper, which is what we're doing. It's super easy to catch these guys, y'all. Super easy, because it's right in front of your faces. Like, they don't even work hard to hide it. It's obvious. I mean, you can even walk up to the employees that are doing the thing, and they don't even know. Like, they don't even know that their bosses are breaking the law. We've met some really good guys that have no clue. Like, you can tell they have no clue that they're working for a company that's breaking the law. They don't even know.
Yeah, they're completely oblivious.
Not all of them. Some of them know.
Some of them do.
And then I think some of them feel like it's probably a law violation when we walk up. They're like, oh shit, maybe I'm doing something. Like, these two don't pop up on you unless there's something to worry about. So, I think we get some of that too. But mainly, we feel like what's happening is it's all in the administrative positions. Like these people that have political. In this county, if somebody just comment on my page, on one of my videos, said, please come. Sorry guys, we're here. We're gonna keep you live.
We're here, but we're not in there, obviously.
Yeah, we're gonna
Still
keep
in
you
the
live through the whole thing. I'm gonna do a static recording, just like we did last time, if you were here for the last one.
Hey, did you receive an email about the fires in Hawaii?
Yes, I did. And I mean, I'm sorry, but Hawaii is way too far away for me to really get involved. And I hope that that is handled. That definitely is a huge issue. Cops pushing people into fires, more or less. That's not cool. There's more to it than that. But yeah, I understand what's...
I was able to resume it.
Focus on this for a minute.
Okay.
Hey guys, official misconduct and for public safety back again for a video here. Same subject, which is the officers that have been working under their own contracts, making way more money than we expected to find. It's in upwards of minimum million. But we are at the Jeffersonville City Hall. If you can see that sign there. We're at the Jeffersonville City Hall because we are going to formalize a complaint with the city attorney, as we were told by the administrative officer at Jeffersonville City Police Department. So that's what we're here to do, and hopefully we'll run into the mayor while we're here too, because he's been hiding from us for a long time. So here we go, guys.
That would be fun. All right, I'm going to flip you guys around. Happy I was able to resume my live.
Oh, did it let you go back?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Did you lock the vehicle?
Yep, sure did.
My phone overheated. I guess I was double charging it because I plugged the charger up and then the phone holder charges too. My phone didn't know what to do.
Trying to charge it too fast, apparently.
It is a nice mowing job here.
She never lets me open doors, guys. I'm always having to reach to grab her hand off of it. It says right there on the side not to sit on the stairs. How many times have they told us to sit on the stairs to fill things out?
Me at once.
Trying to set us up.
Well, they say don't sit on them. They don't say anything about like sliding down them. These are carpet.
Short handrails.
And they run.
Hey, Christy. We need to speak with Les. We were sitting here by the JPD.
Okay, can I tell him what it's concerning?
Yes, we're going to show him a contractual violation.
A contractual violation?
Yeah, city contract violation.
Okay, hold on one second.
Thank you. Funny that Les jumped up and ran away.
Try the door, and the door's always locked.
Yeah, it's always locked on us for sure. They even upgraded the intercom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're gonna-
He told me that he is well aware of it, and you can email it to him, but he is very aware of it.
Well, how aware does that? I mean, doesn't he want the reporting parties' information?
Well, he said he would like you to email it to him. Can you?
I'd rather just show him.
Okay, he's actually getting ready to get on a conference call, so that's why he can't come out.
Come on, Christy.
Does he want to set up a
He
meeting?
was.
Does he want to set up a meeting? It would be a lot easier if we did it in person via, you know.
I don't know. Like I said, he said to email it. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Good old Les knew that there was a problem with the contract, huh? He says, I'm aware.
So what do you think? He just found out whenever I published the video, or do you think he was aware of it when the mayor signed?
I
the
don't know.
form?
That may be why he's wanting you to talk to him about everything that's
email?
wrong with it through email. That way he can say, oh, I'm not going to answer that. Did y'all hear that though? Like, y'all heard that, right?
And there's a picture of the mayor.
Give me a 1 in the chat if y'all heard what she said.
He got a little bit of a history too. Not a mayoral type of history, but a history.
Okay. Do you have something that I can make a copy of and give to him?
I got a bunch of pictures in my phone I was gonna show him.
Gotcha, okay. So he said you can email him and then send in a request with that email to get an appointment.
Okay, well, I think I'll reserve all the proof and evidence and just make the appointment. You tell him that I'll show him the evidence when he sets me an appointment. I don't wanna play this
Make
game.
his appointment. The only thing I can do is give you an email address.
That's fine, we'll start there.
That's a starting point. We'll go with that.
But let him know I'm not gonna let him get away with it. When he sees it, it's gonna be time to roll heads, you know?
Well, it seems like he may be actually interested in fixing this one issue.
I don't believe him.
I'm not,
I don't
Seeming
believe
and doing are two different things right now, it seems like.
So,
This is
Chris,
his
you
card,
would-
and it's got his email and everything on it,
Okay.
and phone number and direct line, so you can ask for the appointment, and then he'll be
Okay.
able to respond to it.
So
right,
things
good
have
deal.
been changing since the investigations has started. Have the feds or the state police been here to say, to allow us to
Not that
record
I've
and
seen.
to accept our evidence and things like that?
I've not seen anybody here to
Not
do
here?
anything like
Okay,
that.
maybe they need to come here too, because JPD is acting way better.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, we went in to report this and we didn't get any trouble whatsoever.
They didn't
Ally-
make us go outside. They didn't yell at us about our cameras, like nothing.
She just accepted the complaint and sent us over here and,
Yeah.
you know, behaved like,
And I think Les, I mean, that's what I was saying, if he wasn't going on a conference call, I think he would have too. But yeah, email and he'll set you up an appointment.
okay. It needs to be handled, you know, there's a lot of money that's just flowing straight down the drain right now.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know.
I'll-
I stay out here and stay
I'll
out of
show
my
Les
own
and
world.
then I'm gonna be publishing it, so you're more than welcome to watch the channel and see what I'm talking about, but we're talking about millions of dollars in tax money.
It's a lot of
Just
tax
getting
money.
thrown away.
From the county,
City.
from the city?
They're taking the money and wasting-
Contracting their own people to do the same jobs that they're already here to do.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Using the same resources that are already paid for by tax money. So it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
the
crazy.
exact same jobs.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely email him so
Okay.
you can get in here, okay?
All right.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
Christy.
take care.
Have a good day.
So that went nowhere. And it's annoying because that happens to us all the time. You know, you can't even make a video out of something like this because it ends up just being a clip
Well,
in a later video because we keep putting the pressure on and forcing for something to happen until we finally get some kind of action. A lot of times the action is police coming and telling us to quit coming and bugging them. But yeah, that's what we're,
don't bug me about stealing
doing.
money. It's none of your business how much money I'm stealing.
what do you think of that, guys? Say it in the chat. What you think about what just happened? What do you guys think? Annoying, right? Mm-hmm. It's annoying that
Oh, I seen that.
we're the ones. We are the only ones who have brought this particular situation to the table.
You want to see
Nobody's
the
going
building?
to have the information that we have. I mean, they do, but nobody's took the time to collect the information like we did so that it could be turned in. Nobody else has turned it in, you know, just us. So why
Right.
wouldn't the city attorney want to make time, push his other appointment back 10 minutes and say, show me what you got. Even if he's trying to be nefarious and defend them because he is their attorney,
Right.
he should still want to see the evidence. Am I right?
Yeah.
Here, tilt up just a little bit more.
Here, they want to see the building real quick.
Yeah.
So,
Go all the way down the sidewalk.
I like the fountain.
They show the whole. They go out there, they sign. They turn around, show them. Show them that clock real quick. That clock is brand new, right here. Show them that
Oh,
clock.
that's
They just
pretty.
spent a whole bunch of money on that clock. They put concrete poured around it and all this stuff.
That is insane.
I can't exactly remember what it was about. That was over some politician or something that came here or something like that. They named it after.
I want a clock named after me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I've got lamps with my name. It's not named after me, but Tiffany lamps.
Yep. And this is in an area, they call this the quadrangle. This complex, if you want to pan around. In
There's
a circle.
tons of stuff in here.
But what this used to be is a military installation. You can see it's kind of got the 1930s war military stuff, and that's
right.
what this used to be, was a military installation. This is where they had ammunition, and here, I'll hold it because my arm's longer. They had tanks and ammunition and stuff like that. And then down the road, there's still, the rest of it is still here in Jeffersonville, Clark County. It's the ammunition plant.
Didn't we
So-
look at that on one of the lives that we did
Look at
several months ago?
Oh yeah, there's still tanks and stuff here. Matter of fact, we heard Jamie Knoll, when they got some of the property that was supposed to be the military's, little hint right there for you. They collected some old war equipment from one of the warehouses that was on the property. And I believe it included a couple of helicopters, which the Clark County Sheriff's Department actually has.
And utilizes.
Yeah, they
I
still
see
have.
those up in the air. They utilize them.
I guess they have a couple for parks, and then they're not safe helicopters. They're old.
Yeah.
You know, they're from that time period, and they've been sitting in a warehouse for a long ass time until a couple Clark Countyans came and got the property, acquired the property.
Fetched it. They went and fetched it.
Hint, guys, hint. Something we can't say yet. But yeah, here, I'm going to give you back to Tiffany's short arm. All right, you ready to...
Yep. Welcome back to Fun Size. Clickbait. Don't try to hurt my feelings too much there, Bob. Said it's clickbait. Right, Angel? I never advertised anything that wasn't actually happening. Okay.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Put that in here if you don't mind. Here's what we're gonna do, guys.
Do you need to start over? I don't know, DG. Hang on, I'm trying to get you guys out of my
Trying to
phone.
take the case out real quick.
I'm trying to get you guys out of my phone. Like,
Yeah, no, not out of the phone.
not out of the phone, my phone out of the plastic case.
No close-ups, Joe. Yeah, well, we ain't trying to, buddy. She got
No.
short arms.
I have T-Rex arms, so.
So that went way too smooth once again. No matter what Christy says in there, it just doesn't make sense that they're being
No.
complicit or compliant, was what I meant to say. Compliant with us. It doesn't make sense. We've done the same exact thing all along. It's not like
Yes.
we're doing something brand new or we changed our attitudes.
We haven't changed any.
It's different.
It's because of our location. Oh,
Hang on, I like that.
doesn't go like that, does it? How about there?
Yeah, that'll work. All right, we're gonna drive through a
Should be
little bit of
good.
other areas.
Gloria!
We're gonna try to better service. I think what it was is she had it in the charger and it's
Well, I
making the phone
know a
too
while
hot.
ago it was overheating because, like I said, I was double charging it and didn't even realize I was double charging it.
I'm gonna drive around the corner and we should get better service, so hang on. And there's really not much left to talk about. That was just a big putt out because I mean, what are we supposed to do when they say they're busy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we
Right.
can stand there and demand all day long, and the only thing it's going to do is leave us out in the hallway.
Yeah, it's not
We've done
gonna
it.
do any good.
We've done it 100 times.
Yeah.
We've waited until the building closes, and then we have to leave when the building closes. So that's the
Yep.
result of keeping your feet down on something like that. The best thing to do, in our experience, is to just keep coming back. Like,
Being persistent.
yeah, we never give up. We just keep coming back, and they know that about us. So they know that when they tell us to leave, it don't solve the problem for them. We come back over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yes.
And then the video that you all ultimately end up seeing is either a collection of times where I've gone, or the one where they finally make the appointment, or the cops come because I'm demanding an appointment. But anyway, it goes. I mean, them telling us no does not result in us stopping about trying to get the appointment with the person. Never. It never will.
If it's tiny, even the smallest thing is progress. So
I feel like we're making some progress with just the behavior on their parts. Like, I know.
you say progress, I say it's got me worried, y'all. Like,
Well, look, like I know that it's more fun and entertaining for the videos when they freak out and call cops and slam doors in our faces. I know that's more fun. It's fun for us, believe it or not. We kind of get a kick out of it, you know. It's not what we want though.
no,
And-
I would prefer boring days where I don't have to talk very much. I like those days.
Well, in our whole plight, everything we stand for, this might be a better spot. We're trying to park over here by the interstate. Our whole plight is that we get people get access to our legal system properly. So, when they treat us the way they're supposed to, even if they tell us not today, as long as their behavior isn't bad, then, I mean, isn't that what we want ultimately? So I'm not going to complain about it. I actually prefer that over the ones that end up being wild ass videos with cops freaking out and doing stupid stuff. I mean, it takes some of the fun out of it, I will admit that. But it's not what we don't want. It is what we want. We want them to accept the
Yeah.
complaints. We want them to see the evidence. We want them to make the changes. We want them to take it to the right avenues of the legal system. That's what we want. That's why we're turning it in. We're not doing it for clicks and views. We're doing it to solve problems. And it's not like we're going to run out of content, because the world is so full of legal system issues
Yeah.
that, I mean, there will always be things to work on. Always. Unfortunately, corruption is so deep everywhere you go that there's always going to be a matter that we can create content out of. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to start helping Tiffany in cleaning the trolls off of her channel. If you guys would like that, because I've been doing it on my channel and my channel's become a lot quieter. We don't have any association with the idiots, and all they do is harass people. You know, they just, what they need to do is just learn how to make their own content. If trolls would just do that, learn how to make their very own content and succeed, then you wouldn't have to be jealous of us. So I'm going to help her start. You hide them from the channel, Tiff. So anybody that comes in here and talks like a little piece of shit, you just hide them from. It'll say hide user from channel in the little side notes. So just start doing that every time you see one. And then if you guys don't mind, during the comments, and if y'all want to see the trolls, just go on over to the trolls. That's where they're at. They got their own channels.
Yes, Brandon, I think we are hiding trolls now.
Yes, we're gonna do that, Brandon. Yep. If it's okay with you. If it's okay with you guys. I mean, we don't have to. We can leave them here, but it's just not our cup of tea. Like, we're not into that drama.
I've got way too many things that I need to be focusing on that are actually really important, opposed to, you know.
Floyd says, what is a troll? Well, what we reference as trolls, they are very angry, jealous people who've created YouTube channels to try to harass this particular content. What they really are people that do not like what we do. They don't want us to fix the legal system. Most of them are criminals, as a matter of fact. Like, you know, like they hide their identities, but when you dig and you figure out who they really are, people in the world, it turns out that they're usually like multiple time felons. One of them that's been harassing us for a while, he was actually involved in a robbery in which someone got killed. And it was like his 4th or 5th felony. But someone got killed due to them robbing this place. So we don't have any affiliation with cocksuckers like that. Oh, sorry, probably shouldn't have said that word. But no, we don't.
I don't have time to go back and edit my stuff.
I know it. Hopefully she won't get pinged for that. But anyway, we don't have time for them people. We don't want those types of people anywhere near our lives. All they are is trouble. But what they do avoid, to answer your question, is they seek out content that they do not like. They don't like this content. So instead of just changing the channel and going and finding content that they do like or creating their own content, they just come here and harass everyone who enjoys this content. And in that, they harass the living shit out of us. They've attacked our kids. They have done all kinds of bad things. And I mean, if they would just say who they really were and try to face me as a man, I'd beat the living shit out of any one of them, any day, any minute of the week. Just beat the living fuck out of them. You know, that's what I would do in real life.
I seen a comment a while ago. It's talking about restricting people's free speech. No, there's a difference. What we're going to do is we're going to shut down the bullying. We're going to shut down the harassment. We're not going to shut down the free speech.
Who said that? Who thought that?
I don't remember. I seen it pop
It's
up
probably a
across
troll
there.
saying that. See, that's
But
the kind of stuff they
regardless,
do.
I mean, there is a huge difference between allowing someone to say their piece and then harassing people.
Well, we don't have the ability to allow anybody to do anything. We're civilians.
Exactly.
Free speech is the First Amendment, freedom to free speech. If you're talking about the law, then what you're saying is that the government, the people that work for the government, are under the law that they have to allow you to speak freely about opinions. And your complaints, well, it's, you know, there's 5 elements to the First Amendment. So that's what the First Amendment is. It has nothing to do with like just the words free speech in the regular dictionary. In the regular dictionary, yeah, you're free to speak, but you're also free to get fucking knuckle sandwich for saying what you said. And in the law, it's kind of the same. There are restrictions where the law says you cannot harass someone. You cannot hurt anybody's reputation, right? You can't lie about them knowingly. There's a lot of different laws that restrict the general free speech. But yeah, we appreciate freedom for sure. We support all of the constitutional rights. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're constitutionalists. But what it means is that the government can't step on rights. That's what we stand for. It don't have nothing to do. We don't have any bone to pick with any other civilians.
Basically, what he's
Period.
saying is the Constitution, what it is a protection from the government. It's not a protection.
No, they're
citizen.
laws.
Well, you know what I mean.
They're laws,
I'm
just
trying
like
to
we have to
explain it
follow.
better.
Well, let me try it. I mean, is it okay?
No,
if I
take
try?
another jab at it.
All right, so everybody's familiar with criminal law, right? Like you know when you're committing a crime, you're violating the criminal law. Well, they have their own laws. Like the government has an extra section. They have to follow all the same criminal codes all the way across the country, just like we do. So criminal law applies to them, but they're held to a higher standard, which means they have a whole nother group of laws that are criminal code by federal protection that they have to follow. And those are the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. So they have to follow those laws too, but we don't have to follow those laws, not the constitutional laws. We have to live around them to where that the government can follow them. But no, we aren't held to constitutional law as citizens. We're held to criminal law as citizens. No. I have no cash whatsoever. I'm so sorry, buddy. Have you been to Exit Zero?
Hang on a second, guys.
He's a friend of ours, and if you go there, he'll help. He's right down the road, Paul. Yeah. Okay. Make sure you go see him. No, thank you. Sorry, guys. I literally have zero cash on me. We need to go to the bank.
You are.
She's reading comments, guys. Your phone is so teeny tiny.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, when you start seeing, if you want to clean your channel up, just start clicking on their name and hide them from the channel. I'd rather have that. I mean, you're allowed to do whatever you want, obviously. It's your channel.
Oh, I know, but
Do you all want to vote on it? God makes laws. Well, no, they copied laws. They copied God. They copied God's laws to make state laws and federal laws. It says it right in it. That's how they created them.
I think everybody
So, I mean,
wants
I
to
agree
clean it
with
up.
you, of course, and so does the law. The law is saying, yeah, we're trying to do what's moral Dear God, Brandon Mitchell, $10. Thank you, brother. What did he say in that? Some people think I'm a troll. Brandon, I've never.
No.
I mean, depends
And
on who
thank
you're
you,
trolling, buddy. We've had nothing but support from the people that are here on our channel. We have only
Troll-free.
had very specific people that were attacking.
It's just a.
A repeat to
Yeah.
let you.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm okay with that. I'm good with that.
But do y'all want to vote on deleting trolls from OMC's channel?
Well, they already did it.
Did they?
Yeah.
I
Everybody
just
wants
want to make
clean
sure
it
it's
up.
what people want.
Yeah. The trolls are against it.
Oh, is that right, Worm? Yeah, you're probably right, buddy.
And
They would be
then
the
Joe-
only nay votes, you think?
Well, Joe, I'm all for cleaning it up.
I think some people enjoy the fun of it, like it's kind of funny to see people look like idiots on social media. But to be honest with you, like for me and her personally, I mean, we're not interested in that. We can use Facebook for that crap, or whatever. Like, I laugh at people on social media who make fools of themselves. And also, like, one of my favorite sections of social media, you can ask her, I love watching comedy, like stand-up comedians. I love it. I watch that more than I watch 1A Community, and I'm sorry to say, but I do. As far as shorts go, I like watching the stand-ups do shorts. It's hilarious. I got a few favorites. Do you all have any favorite stand-up comedians? Put their name in this.
I have 3 of my troll dolls from whenever I was a kiddo.
Oh, the old McDonald, wasn't it
No,
McDonald's?
they're like,
the
they have
hair.
a plushy body and a hard plastic head and like crazy different colored hair. I have a pink one and 2 blue ones.
There used to be this lady that had a Volkswagen or something like that around here. Back when I was a kid, she had a car that her whole Volkswagen
I remember seeing
had
that.
a bunch of the remember trolls
Yeah.
with the crazy hair? She had them glued over every inch inside and out of the car. It was actually pretty cool. She had been collecting them for a long time, like as long as trolls existed.
So,
But I bet you could find internet pictures of that car, that exact car, from here.
maybe. I might have to go searching for it later.
Sweet little older lady that owned it. I'm hotter than shit, guys. We need an air conditioner.
I think it's fine.
Do you really? You're the one super sensitive to it.
Well, I'm not in direct sunlight.
George Carlin, yes, one of my faves. The older ones. There's a few like modern comedians that are out. I mean, I think George Carlin, not that old, but he's been doing it for a really long time. Dangerfield, yeah, he cracks me up. Oh, Rodney. Richard Pryor, yep, Carrot Top. So, who's the one that I've really been enjoying?
know.
I can't remember his name. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
You've said it to me, and I just haven't paid any attention. I'm not gonna lie.
He's not rude. He's funny that he's not rude. Which the rude one's kind of funny to me too. But this guy just having a clean comedy lineup, and he's funny as hell. I want to say his name here in just a second.
So, tomorrow is my doctor's appointment. I'll give you guys an update and let you know what they say tomorrow whenever I go in there.
Update them about the t-shirts. Y'all want to hear what's going on with the t-shirts? It's easy. We haven't had the time or money yet. That's pretty much it. I got court tomorrow. And the thing about court tomorrow is this. So I got the lawyer. You guys came through and covered the money I didn't have yet that was left on the retainer. So we got it. We did it. Thank you so much. We did
Yes.
it. However, we did it at the last minute. And what happened was the lawyer it's for me,
Pat Williams.
for the criminal thing, he was already scheduled somewhere else. So he put in a motion to continue, and the judge is kind of just being slow about it. She did this to me before too when we did this. She's making me
yeah,
come
she
in
did.
anyway. I think it's, but here's the problem. I'll be there without a lawyer. Now I have a lawyer on record as my attorney now, but he won't be there tomorrow, and they're making me come tomorrow to face the judge to ask the judge
Well,
if that's okay.
We were what, about 45 minutes already there before.
The last time we were there. We
Yeah.
pulled in when they told us we could leave. So I think, we got to go. I got to go to
Guys
court.
do.
And then the judge could easily, be a complete butthole and say, well, we're going to go ahead and do it without your lawyer. So they could do that. It feels good to have a lawyer, though, just in case something like that was to happen. I don't know. I'm not even going to say I doubt anymore because I don't doubt.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say. And we can go live, absolutely. If we don't have time to go live, like on the way there,
we will on my channel. I'll go live on my channel in the morning on the way. Court is at 10 a.m. our time, so that's EST, Eastern Standard.
I'm super excited.
we'll-
I got to get up so early.
Yeah, because it's... Thank you, Steven. No
Awesome.
more trolls.
Thank you, Steven.
We agree, buddy.
I agree. Yep.
There's nothing but problems in here.
Angel, I agree with you. I think that you're right on that one.
What did Angel say?
She says, since you just had your new attorney sign on, that they can't do anything unless your attorney's present. So,
Well, they can, Angel.
really?
Yeah, they sure can. Because it's up to the judge to accept the motion to continue. So, I mean, it would be a red flag on the judge to not accept a motion to continue, especially on my case. Like, she would probably have a red flag brought up on her that might not look so good to the bar.
Listen, there are laws stating that if you have legal representation, a case cannot be heard or decided upon in court unless your attorney is present.
Maybe. But,
Maybe.
Well, I'm just saying that's probably
Okay.
true. However, we're talking about a county that has been notoriously not following
Well,
the law.
yeah, I mean, this
And I'm not
is
trying to scare you guys. I'm just trying to be real. Like, there's a good chance that you never know what's going to happen. And that's why I've needed an attorney so bad. And it's not like this is my first attorney on this. What is this? Attorney number 3, isn't it?
Yes.
It's attorney number 3. And there was nothing wrong with my previous attorneys. A lot of people thought, well, you had shitty attorney. Well, that's not the case. It was just not the attorney that I wanted to do what the plan is, the legal plan. There's a whole legal plan laid out, and I'm pretty specific about what I expect in the end. So I was having a hard time finding the attorneys. There were none locally.
Oh, Kenny Baker, he's like, I'm local.
Kenny, you're probably one of the ones we're going to block, dude.
You're local to a butthole is what you are.
Yeah, go ahead and block
That's
him.
what you're local to.
Go ahead and block him if you want. He's a troll. You know how?
No.
Slide back to his name. Bye, Kenny.
In a
Bye, Kenny
momento.
Baker. No, you. Okay,
Oh.
so hide user from this channel.
Okay.
Boom! All right, guys. There goes the first one. Is that all you need to do for now?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give people a chance to not act up. I don't care. I mean, it's your
Well,
channel.
I mean, Kenny's been doing that for a hot minute. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been getting
Kenny
on my
has done
nerves.
some real bad stuff. Like, we reported him to police at one point in time.
And then his comments, like he tries to seem like he's being so super nice to me while he's trying to make it look like you are an abusive.
Yeah, he has
Bitch.
literally made false criminal allegations about me left and right and up and down and all this shit. And he pretends he knows us. We've never met him.
No.
And he pretended that he was working for a police department, which he wasn't, which is, impersonation.
You never know. He may have been shining their shoes.
I heard-
He may have been working for
I
them.
heard that it was possible that he had done a repair on some kind of technical, like an IT project for the jail one time, and nobody cared or nobody remembered him. We got a lot of people on the inside as far as employees that work for the government. We got a bunch of them that talk to us behind the scenes, and they were all like, "Screw that guy! He's a piece of shit. We don't know him, and we've only seen the way he acts on your channel, so it's just a troll." He's a weirdo, though. He tried to talk about how he's rich. It was weird. He sent me a
Yeah.
bunch of private messages. I didn't respond. Sent me a bunch of private messages saying that he was rich and owned multiple houses with in-ground pools, and that he spent like $2,000 on every pair of shoes he buys. He was sending me generic internet pictures of stupid shoes that were really expensive. It was just weird.
Some of them were kind of pretty.
I don't know. It was just weird to me, guys. Like, who sends a random son of a bitch, you know, DMs all day and night? And literally, it'd be like in the middle of the night.
I don't know. It's got me questioning because he wasn't DMing me. He was DMing you.
I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are just wanting this D. I think that's really what's up. I think they're too obsessed to just be mad at my channel. I think they're obsessed with me. It's weird. And some of them have been obsessed with her. I actually think that Kenny dude was obsessed with you and jealous of me.
That's
potentially. It was weird, yeah. But he did some weird stuff.
Question. What's your question?
Shoot, Worm, shoot the question, buddy. Yeah, we get a lot of unhinged people coming at us. Thank you, Melissa. We actually got the retainer all settled.
How did we meet?
Technically, it was just Facebook.
Yep.
I was dead set on not getting in another relationship. I had been single for like a year or close to it. And I was trying desperately to stay. I wanted to work on me. You know what I mean? You've heard people say it. I really did. I wanted to work on me. I didn't want to make any more relationship mistakes because I keep getting older. And I thought, man, you know, I keep getting in these insignificant relationships and making a fool out of myself. So I thought, I'm going to take the time to learn how to be alone. And I did that. I was alone for like close to a year. And it's kind of funny because one of the issues I had with being alone, and I went all the way alone. Like, I didn't go to no bars. I wasn't going and hanging out with my buddies and all that stuff. And one of the issues that I had that I never did resolve was going out to eat at restaurants by myself. I hate it. You know, and I don't drink. Like, I had stopped drinking completely during that time. Not that I ever had an issue with it, but just I didn't want to get a buzz or anything. I just wanted to try, you know, living without the need of anyone else and not having a buzz on anything at any time, and just drinking wasn't a thing for me. So I found myself sitting in booths at restaurants and watching people look at me weird. Like, is he waiting on someone to show up? So I actually posted on my Facebook, if anyone would like to simply go eat at Texas Roadhouse, let me know. She hopped right on it. Boom.
I was like,
she goes,
food.
I love Texas Roadhouse. So, you want to tell the rest?
No, go ahead.
Am I doing a fine job?
No, you're just a better storyteller than I am. Like,
It's not even a story. It was what happened.
It's our story, so
Yeah,
yes, it is
all
a
right,
story.
I'll keep going. All
Come
right,
on,
so we meet at Texas Roadhouse, and oh my God, she was so cute. Like, she had her makeup all done up, and she's just itty bitty little cute little blonde, and
That was a while back.
sweet as can be, as bright red lipstick and big old smile, and just as nice as a person as I could have ever imagined when I very first met her. I knew right off the bat that she was just like this sweet, innocent girl, which I was not used to, guys. Like, I'd always had a way of picking the hardcore bitches.
Boy, did I have him fooled.
No, she didn't have me fooled. She is the sweet, innocent girl, but she had baggage like nobody's business, and that's the part that surprised me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was not even supposed to be a date. We were literally just going to sit to eat together, and she started telling me about the legal issues with the DCS stuff. And I mean, I didn't really understand law that well at that point, but her story, I was like, hold up, this don't make sense. Like, your kids were removed, and what did you do? And she said it was a false, a lie onto the hotline. And then of course my brain was going, prove it, right? Like, that's what I was thinking, like, no way. And then, mind you guys, I was used to lying, like women that lie and deceive and use people and all that. So this one ain't nothing nowhere near like it. So
I just bring in the boxes. I'm like, here.
that's what happened. So she only lived maybe 30 minutes away from the restaurant, 30 minutes away, and so did I. So I said, I'll tell you what, I don't mind if you want to show me what you're talking about, because I didn't quite understand it all. So we went to her house, and she comes out with this like box of about the size of You know what you buy, like the multiple packs of paper in?
I
The
was gonna say
boxes
that's
that
what
are
it was. Is it was an old.
a copy paper
like,
box.
yeah.
The big one, not singular pack, but like 20 realms or whatever. It was one of them, and it was heavy. It was just completely full. So she opens the lid in the car and shows me. I was like, holy shit, I thought you were going to bring out like a little handful of court papers. But it was a box like that. So I said, I tell you what, let's go sit and read through them, because she was confused. And she had court coming up in a couple of days. It was December 24th. It was the day before Christmas.
Was it? Yeah, it
Yep.
was. But see, what I wasn't able to tell him is that I actually had 4 separate court hearings going on. I had 2 separate CHINS hearings for both of my kiddos, and then I had 2 separate custody hearings going on consecutively with those CHINS case hearings. So I was going to court at least, let's say,
Once a week, more or less.
yeah,
And
most
so-
of the time it was 2 times a week.
Right. And then she was trying to explain this to me in an hour, and I was just like, I can't understand all of what you're trying to tell me. Let me just see it if you want to show me, if you want me to know. And she said, please help me figure it all out, like the paperwork, because that part I did understand. I knew how to read like court documents and records and stuff like that to a pretty decent extent. So I said, let's just lay it all out in the living room and put it in order for you and go from there. So as we were sitting there going through all these court papers, which took us the whole weekend to do, her daughter had not contacted her. Mind you, it was Christmas. Her daughter had not
Okay,
contacted
Angel.
her all day. And we were in the part of the documents that was her ex-husband, who is the initiator of all this
Try
crap.
to.
And I was like, there's nothing in here that says that you can't talk to your daughter. I said, why is your daughter not contacting you for Christmas? That does not make sense. I said, every person speaks to their mother or father or whatever on Christmas. Like, this isn't normal. So I texted her ex-husband, William, the guy that sparked all these trolls, and the one that lied to DCS and currently is using the legal system trying to hurt us now. I texted him very politely. I said, hey, I'm just a friend at Tiffany's. I said, is there a reason why her daughter has not called her for Christmas? And then, he got mad. He's like, who is this? And I told him my own name. Later, I learned that in his little hissy fit, not only did he just lie through his teeth and get mad over that, but he got angry, jealousy. Now, they've been apart for 15 years. So he gets jealous, and he goes on to Facebook and used my full name, which he didn't know me at all. And he said that I'd just gotten arrested for touching a little boy's penis at a Walmart in Scottsburg. That was his response to me.
Yeah.
Total random stranger just asking if they could speak on Christmas. So that was the beginning. Back to our relationship. That's how we met. What, the squeaky belt?
I can't handle noises like that.
Back to our relationship. Here's how it went. She never left.
Yeah.
She just simply never left. She would go home for a couple hours and come back with some stuff and wanted to stay the night and stuff. And then it did develop into a relationship. It was just weird because,
Well, he was cool to hang out with, and I mean, it did turn into what we have now.
yeah.
But
I went to court with her. She was.
I was literally sitting at home before I met him in it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a 5-bedroom, 2 living room house, and it was empty.
Yeah,
It was
because
empty,
everything was
guys.
gone when
And
she lost her kids. So she was lonely, I was lonely,
yeah,
and
I got it.
we didn't like going to restaurants to eat alone, so we started going to restaurants to eat together, more or less. But no, really, I went to court with her. We had gotten
I
all
agree.
those court paperwork. We had gotten it all lined out, and it made perfect sense, and you could read what happened, So she was scared to say anything to her DCS supervisors,
Well,
and I
it
was
wasn't
like,
that. It's I had already been trying to give them all stuff, and they wouldn't look at
they were
it.
ignoring her, she was saying,
I
more or less.
agree. I think DCS needs to be either
Completely abolished. I agree, Carl. So check this out. So I go to the courthouse with her for court. We went an hour early. and I had a stack of papers that absolutely proved that her kids were not supposed to get removed legally, along with statutes to back it. And I said, we'll be able to talk to him. I said, I've never had trouble talking to anybody in the legal system. At the time, that was back in my day where I, knew police and didn't, believe that they didn't stop crimes and all that stuff. And I thought there's people in upper positions that can solve problems, misunderstandings. And I told her, I said, I'm going to talk to somebody for you. Just stop that for a minute. I gotta see what we're talking about. So anyway, I said, I'm going to talk to your supervisor for you. And she says, thank you, please. So I walk up and I got this stack. It ain't very big. It's like, 4 or 5 pages. And then the statutes to back it up. And I was focused on just showing them the part where they did not have a legal ground to remove her kids, because that's all that mattered that day for court. And it was going to be easy to talk to someone before court. That way in court, they could just agree and handle it, start fixing things. So I had it, and we go in, we're an hour early, and all the DCS bitches are running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They got all these kids they've been kidnapping, and they got all these cases that they're going to be heard on that day, and they're running around, they're not paying attention to nobody. They're walking up to people and saying, I'm so-and-so with DCS, and I'll see you in court here just a little bit, goodbye, and they're running away. And I'm like, when they did it to Tiff, I stopped the girl, and I was like, hold up, whoa, you need to talk to me, or her. And she's like, who are you, and I said, I'm the guy holding the law right here that you need to see. You need to see this. It's important, because you're about to go to court. And I said, and y'all did some stuff that she could sue you for or whatever. And I said, I think it can be resolved with just some understanding and looking at this documentation. And the girl got really antsy. She flipped the fuck out, and she did what you see on our channel today. She did that, and we weren't recording. And we had an audio recorder going, but we didn't have a recording that you could watch, and we didn't have a YouTube channel or nothing like that. And I was like,
we weren't thinking to completely protect ourselves the way we
well,
have to now.
At the time, I was a normal person that didn't believe.
It had literally all just started for me and hadn't started for Chris yet. So, I had experienced our crappy government system before then. So I was already becoming extremely leery of them.
She knew that
I was like,
that was what to expect, and I was naive, because I believed that supervisors at least half-assed did their jobs. You know what I mean? At the time. So I'm a back the blue till it happens to you guys, I guess. But the problem is, I never really truly backed the blue. I just didn't think two shits about them. They do their thing. I did mine. But I always thought they did their thing. Well, that's where I was wrong. So I realized it on the day that, hang on. I realized it on the day that I met her DCS agent, the supervisor over her case. That's the day I realized it. So what happened was, I was like, oh shit, like this is corruption. That's what this is. They kidnapped your kids. Like they for real are kidnapping your kids. And then, I'm kind of flipping out in the moment, and I'm walking around the courthouse looking for a better supervisor. And I'm going, there's got to be somebody in this courthouse that won't let that woman run away from what's happening here. There's got to be. And then, so I said, we need to go. I said, after your court date here, if it goes okay, we need to go down to the DCS office and talk to her boss, because that little bitch was bad, She does not care about the law whatsoever. So, but her court thing happened. No, we go in there, and I half-ass understood court, and right off the bat,
I had no clue about court. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know this. All of the documents that I had in that big old box, I didn't know that they had important stuff on them. I just thought that it was stuff they handed out, like a print off saying you were in court today.
I'll put it to you this way, guys.
That it had important stuff.
That is the exact same documentation that she presented in her appeal and got a full reversal. The same exact stack of papers that we were trying to hand to that little bitch, Stephanie, that day, are exactly the same documents that the appeal courts determined to utilize to flip the whole case. So, but the way it happened was this. I know I'm going on a whole tangent.
Just a second. Actually, Angel, if I know, I do have your email. I think I do. I need to get a hold of you, because you might be able to help me get past my little roadblock that I'm experiencing with trying to get my DCS video done.
She's been working on the same video for a long time, y'all. I just gave up on pushing. She'll get them out there.
The thing of it is it's really important stuff, and there's just so much of it. But the problem that I'm finding mainly is Chen's cases are considered civil. So they
I'm gonna
are
move, guys. It's
literally
too loud here.
taking your children on a civil action. And the civil action through court doesn't have any of the statutes that a criminal action does, where they have to follow it through. It has to be prosecuted within a year. So that gave me a smidge of a hiccup. I mean, I can still publish how I was able to get the appeal in right after the deposition phase of the Chen's case and all of that good stuff. And it will help some people. It will, absolutely. But at the same time, I'm worried about the people that it's not going to help. I guess I need to get it out there and help the people that I can, and then try to figure out what I can to share that I already have for the other people.
You're so cute. Here's what she's really doing. She is overcomplicating every little element of the entire thing. She's trying to dig into every single little legal nook and cranny, and she's trying to publish every bit of information for every single little teeny tiny step. She needs to just get it out there, the basics, and then let you all ask questions and answer them. That's what she needs to do. And I think it's because she's trying to make sure that none of what happened to her, not any singular little element that happened to her, happens to any of you. And I love her for that, but it's not good for trying to make videos. When you're trying to get the word out there, you got to start with the basics.
No, it's terrible.
You got to start with the basics, get it out there, and then work on honing in on the details later. Q&A time. I love Q&A time, Matt. Go ahead and shoot us the questions. And I won't take as long as I did to answer the big one about how we met.
And while the things are coming up, I've had a few people reach out to me locally that are dealing with DCS.
Yes.
And
A lot.
I've straight up told them, I can't tell you the law, but I can let you know if they're not following their policies. If you want somebody to sit with you, if you want somebody to go into a meeting with you.
Oh, we'll go with you guys.
Absolutely.
To the people watching that are concerned with their DCS cases, we will absolutely go with you to the DCS offices. But here's the thing. When you are calling us or messaging us because DCS is involved, you've already done something usually that is not necessarily reversible. Nobody can fix it for you. It means you've already done something that let them trample on your rights.
But it doesn't mean that you don't still have a little bit of a hole where you can pull that ledge out a little bit and give yourself better footing.
Yeah, you can get it.
Yes.
You can get yourself back on track. It's just you've already been railroaded by the time you reach out to us. The best time to reach out to us is before anything happens to you, really. But how do we get people to understand that? I don't know. Other than what you can watch on our channels that's available, which is why I want her just to put out basic videos, just for people to know before DCS comes knocking what their authority is. And that's what the problem is they overstretch their authorities. They're on the civil side of things. And if parents were really being charged with the allegations, they would be in criminal code. Hang on, let me explain it. Not civil code, criminal code. So the agency acts as a civil agency in court. They're not. If they're making they're making criminal allegations. So that's right off the bat something you should already know before they ever come tapping on your door or calling your phone. And that's one thing you can utilize to understand their authority. So zero authority. Now you can go through them. Go ahead.
Well, see, the thing of it is DCS has the power to remove your kids not only on criminal but also on civil. Some of the allegations
they're being given
fall
that power.
under civil.
I just flipped my cigarette.
I know smoking isn't good, and
it's the same cigarette. If that makes any difference, I've been smoking the same cigarette. It keeps going out.
Way back, like way back.
And now I just flipped the cherry in here on my shorts.
They are way overstepping their boundaries.
There it is, burning a hole in the carpet. Go ahead and talk to them.
Release what I have. Angel K, I think I'm going to. Because I'm trying to put way too much information into one video.
Yeah, way too much. Like, you
And-
guys will be so overwhelmed and won't be able to keep up.
Well, you guys can help me with this. Do you want me to start with my court documents and appeal stuff, or do you want to start learning the basic stuff, like what
Basics.
what a 310 and 311 are? And
Not
what-
even that. That's still not basic. Basics. Like, what do you do when the DCS comes knocking on your door?
Well-
Put a one in the chat if you think she should make a real basic video about how to prepare yourself for when DCS walks in your door. One in the chat if you think that would be a productive video. See, basics. She needs to give basics to you guys, I think.
You know, I've heard about that too.
I'm not, Kenny. No, you
I
need
can
to
use my
charge it.
charger.
Kenny, they're going in the ashtray, buddy.
Yeah, we never throw our butts out.
I pinched the calluses on my fingers real bad. And then we throw it here.
Yeah, I do need to get a
We don't do
button.
anything to give them any excuses. We wear seatbelts everywhere we go. We always set cruise control at the speed limit. We don't throw cigarette butts out. We never litter, period. We don't like littering anyway.
Well, see, the don't answer the door thing. Well, whenever they came to my home, I told them, basically I practiced my fourth because they were literally just there. They were literally just at my home.
They had just been there recently.
And that's the grounds that they used because I told them I'm practicing my Fourth Amendment right. I already reported this false reporting. We need to handle this situation. I'm not going to deal with it today. And they said that was their grounds to believe that allegation.
That the false reports were true.
Yeah.
They said this is literally how they wrote it in the documents. They said, because she didn't let us come intrude on her. They said, because she didn't let us come in the home and search and ask questions and answer them.
Yep.
Because of that, we believe the allegations that were called into the hotline are true. That was literally their reasoning, which is part of the reason why they lost their asses in court. Because that's not a basis that you can take action on. You definitely don't remove somebody's kids because they practice their Fourth Amendment. You know, and the house had just been searched a couple days before because of DCS coming
I
in.
literally had just taken a drug test. They had checked all of my cabinets, my refrigerator, checked my kids' rooms, checked my kids' closets.
Now listen, those were all due to previous false allegations by the same motherfucker.
Yep.
It's the same dude. It's her ex-husband. And if he don't do it himself, he has someone else that he knows do it. So, and he still does that shit to this day. I've got an EPO filed against him where I'm trying to get him to quit doing shit like that to me now. He started doing it to me the day that I sent that text, making a false allegation that I'm a pedophile.
Well, I'm not
It's
going to talk
ridiculous.
about him today. We're talking about DCS right now.
So it is DCS though, because usually DCS is brought in by some jealous asshat from your past or some Karen that just wants to get you in trouble. Now, granted, sometimes DCS cases are necessary. We don't believe DCS is qualified personally.
No, because here's why DCS isn't qualified. You don't have to have a degree in social services anymore to be a DCS worker. You only have to have a bachelor's degree in something, and they will train you. Like, you could have a bachelor's degree in
And
shoe
look,
shining, and
they're
they have it. And
they're labeled as an investigative agency for the
Yeah.
state. So here's the thing. Why aren't they taught to investigate? Because if you become a cop, you don't get to be a detective until you've done a whole bunch of other shit. So how in the hell are these people supposedly trained and qualified to investigate right off the cusp, straight out of college for something completely different? It's stupid.
And these people don't even have kids. They don't even know what type of damages they are inflicting on a family whenever they separate them over BS.
No.
Like, they have no clue because they don't have that maternal bond. 90% of them don't. They don't have kids.
Yeah, Stonefoot's got a good point. Voluntary participation. And another thing is that, yes, a very good example of a channel from. She has learned a lot about, and we don't even know her, guys. We don't even, neither
Yeah,
one of
we've
us have
never
ever
talked
spoken
to
to her. But we've seen enough of her channel to know that we can verify that a lot of the stuff she publishes is definitely good information. Solid. She understands it.
Somebody put a comment up, they scare you in complying.
Yes, they do. They
I would-
threaten to take your kids.
I'll tell you, whenever DCs came back to my house, they were escorted with Indiana State Police troopers. And they still didn't have a warrant at this time.
And-
they lawfully couldn't come into my home. But
And
guess,
the guy they brought, the guy that they sent from DCS is 4'4", 300-pound mouth breather. Like this dude, his name's Frank. He's gone now, from what we understand. I think they just shifted him over to doing something else. But that son of a bitch, when he very first met me, he stood 3 inches from, like he was this close to my face just to try to intimidate me. He went like this, and he breathed on my face. And it was during COVID, and I was just like,
That was
man,
a little weird.
back up, bro. No, that's what he did. That's what he did. He breathed right into my face.
But the state cops forced their way into my home.
That's the dude that came with the state cops for her little bitty ass. Like he was there to intimidate.
Wider.
And he came just because the day before, she said, I'm done answering questions this week. You guys are doing it too much.
Yep.
So that's what happened. So when she said, no,
What's aqua?
when she said I got constitutional rights, the response was to bring 2 state cops, 2 state pigs, threatened to steal her children, which they'd already done it, by the way. They'd already went to the kids' schools, right? Just because she said I have a 4th Amendment to not do this again today, right? They'd already gone to the kids' schools, seized the children illegally with no court order, nobody that said it was okay for them to do it, and we're scaring the shit out of her, saying we are coming in this house, you're going to answer questions, you need to help. Why's that happening?
I don't know.
She's getting a low power.
It's charging though.
Oh, the phone's on charge. Hopefully you didn't mess it
Well,
up
that's
when
what I
you
was
double
going to
charged it.
say. If you try to tell them that they can't come in, or if you just don't answer the door, they can always use public schools to detain your children from you, even before they have a court order. So, I mean, there's always that they take to steal your kids, and it's terrible.
Kenny says cops usually smell like Aqua Velva. I actually liked that cologne when it very first came
I
out.
don't even know what it smells like.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of something. I liked Aqua de Gio, I think is the name of that crap. But anyway, I don't know what Aqua Velvet is. It's probably like Old Spice, right?
Bye, Angel.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting out of here too. I'm burning up, sweating over here, and we're way off subject from what the original
What we
video.
originally started out with, but that always happens though.
I don't mind it.
It's good.
You can drink it too if
Yes,
you get
it
desperate
is.
for alcohol, right?
I will. Absolutely.
Yeah, Angel. And I didn't get to say,
Old
Angel,
Spice.
right before you leave here, back to the t-shirt subject. We'll be making them after I get done with this court thing. Not the whole entire case, but after I do my court and all that, my next payment, we're going to be getting back with the t-shirt company and getting those t-shirts made, because I owe 5 of you t-shirts.
Actually, the Ring cameras. Have you read about the Ring cameras?
Yeah, they got a contract with the government, guys.
Yep.
The police can call the manufacturer of the Ring company, the Ring doorbells,
Yep.
at any time and say, hey, I need to see what's on your camera.
They can do
Or I
it with
need
your
to use-
Alexa too.
Yeah, I need to tap into your camera for a few days. They'll let them do it. They got a contract with them. Like, straight up, just let them do it. So if you like your privacy, Ring is not the one to...
My Alexa does not have any power to her, and there is no way I would ever get a Ring.
Hey, we had Alexa hooked up the day of our raid.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing. Like, that was actually, now that you look back after it happened, you go, that was the thing that told us they were there, right?
Yeah.
Because, oh, I got to answer this. Tell them about it.
Oh. He was talking about our Alexa, right? I wasn't in there whenever he did that. What do you need?
Yes. Yep. Send some bills in my area.
But anyway, she said something about, he'd asked her a question. She was talking about government corruption or privacy policies. I can't remember. Well, she didn't tell us that the police were there, but her answer, I'll have to get Chris to tell you, because I wasn't in there. I was sitting in the bedroom, so.
Probably be on Friday.
No.
Yeah, I might be able to tackle it.
Like I said, my Alexa doesn't have power curl, and I will never own a Ring. All of our cameras are hardwired. I don't go over Wi-Fi either, because
12 and 1. You got it.
he keeps himself in line pretty well. Who said that? My City Audit. But I lost my train of thought. I've got too much going on for my little ADD brain right now.
Sorry, guys, it was work. like my regular job.
A writ of error. Oh, that
Yeah, I
sounds
read a little bit
interesting.
about writ of error. Now,
An air-gapped home system. What is that? What is an air-gapped home system? Oh, I was talking about having wire
that a-
cameras.
certain type of surveillance.
Because what they do is they cut your Wi-Fi. That's what we did. Is they cut our Wi-Fi whenever they came to our home. We had no Wi-Fi whatsoever.
Did you
and
tell them what the
I couldn't
Alexa did?
remember, so I couldn't remember what
Oh,
you would ask. and
guys,
what
you're
her
gonna love
response
this.
was.
Don't leave yet. I want to tell you what happened. It was wild. Hang on. All right, so you know how you say, "Hey Alexa," and it's like, "What do you need?" Right?
Nobody.
It's what it usually does. So our Alexa, right before we got raided, like 10 minutes before they come through our door, she just popped up out of the blue. Nobody summoned her. Nobody said, "Hey, Alexa, help me out." Nothing like that. And she started reading the privacy policies. She just popped on
There we go.
and started reading the government's rules to privacy policies, contractual agreements, so like the protection services that company has for government intrusion. She just started reading them. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? You know, like, why? We thought, I laughed about it. I was like, it's a conspiracy, huh? And Alexa's reading the privacy policies from the United States government.
Those conspiracies, I tell you.
And it kept going on and on so long that I literally actually shut it off because I thought it was just like having a restart malfunction or something. And then 10 minutes later, cops come busting in the door. And it turned out they had cut our Wi-Fi because the current security system at the time was a Wi-Fi system. Now, thankfully, it wasn't just a Wi-Fi system,
Yeah.
but it was a Wi-Fi system. So they violated First Amendment right off the bat, and we're learning by all the other raids that Clark has done. That's across the board. They violate First Amendment right off the rip. They go in, they knock cameras out of the way, and they cut people's Wi-Fi and cut phone lines and whole 9 yards.
Nice. Yeah, we got lucky whenever they came to our home by being able to catch it on video. So
I don't know if you call it luck. It didn't feel like luck.
wasn't lucky them being there, of course, but
Lucky that we had some footage
yeah.
and recordings. Yeah.
If we didn't have the video, who would actually believe any of that? So no wonder.
And the audio's even more valuable.
Oh yeah. So no wonder they absolutely tried every way they could possibly think of to ruin my phone for sure.
We're still in litigation, guys, so I'm gonna.
Everybody knows that.
I know,
That's that one
but
thing.
we're gonna tone down on what. For now, we're gonna tone down on offering what all evidence we have. It's a lot, but we can't give it all to them. We just learned that we're sort of struggling still on the lawsuit, and there's elements that haven't come out yet, and evidentiary is one of them. Now, 123 people. How many of you want a hint at an update of what's happening criminally to the people that were involved in our raid? Put a 1 in chat if you want a hint of what's happening on the criminal side, not the civil court side, criminal side. Let's see if you're interested in that on OMC's channel. DG is. I knew you would be, DG. Oh, lots of them. Cliff. Of course you would too, Cliff. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to give you a hint because it's a lot of ones already flying. The hint is this. First of all, I'll tell you this. The investigation is not concluded. It's not over. We even thought for a while there, we're like, man, it's been so quiet lately about that. Did we just get cucked? Is it over? Did they decide they're not going to do anything? That's what we thought recently, which we weren't just going to let it slide, but we were just at the point where we thought, man, I don't think they're going to do nothing, for us. Like, yeah, they're raiding Jamie and they're, catching them up and they're, bullshit contracts and what they've been doing on that level and all that. But are they doing anything for us? It didn't look like it. So,
it still felt good.
yeah, it felt good for them to get caught doing some things, but
Something, yeah.
I wanted the ones that were in our home
Right.
that have been doing it to other people's homes religiously. Like this same group have been doing the same crap to all these people, violation after violation
Yeah.
of civil rights. And so many people whose houses were wrongfully, illegally raided have reached out to us now that I felt like it was a disservice to them, not just us, but to them if we didn't keep the feds on the case. I will give you good news, and this is the hint. It is not over. The wheels are turning still now, and they just got respun. It's like full power. Hopefully, and keep your fingers crossed,
Cross your toes too.
some major good shit's getting ready to happen to the people that have been involved in creating those wrongful raids. And it's not just raids. We're also talking about cases like David Lowe cases, and we're talking about some criminal activity that we've caught them doing things. I can't say it yet. Can't say it published yet. But we've caught them committing crimes in other facets in which, some have been published and some have not. Yeah, Cliff Harrod's one of them. Let's see. Can anyone name all the cops that were involved that have been on my channel? Let's see how many of the names. Harrod's one of them. Go ahead and see if y'all can remember some of the names of some of the actors.
Cliff, you spelled Herod wrong. It's an I, not an O.
No, it's not. She did that on her damn lawsuit. She spelled his name wrong. It's we call him Horrid.
I call him that. That's my name for him. Horrid.
He's a horrible man with a hell of a bad history, which is going to be published on my channel soon.
Hi, Julia.
But yeah, can anybody remember any of the other cops' names?
Now, the correctional officer that Donovan interrogated, that was
Yeah,
David.
that's David Lowe. Okay, so you're again talking about Donovan Harrod. He
Hey,
is one of the actors that's been involved in all these illegal raids. Can anyone remember any of the others? I like testing you guys to see if you remember their names.
Don't feel bad. I don't remember half.
How about AJ Vissing? Y'all remember that name? AJ Vissing.
Handkerchief.
We call him Handkerchief. He tried to hide his face because he wasn't supposed to be at our house, so he had this handkerchief like this, and he didn't think we'd recognize him through it. And he had a little, I'm not going to say that part, but he had a handkerchief over his face, right? Because we know everybody around here.
I think he's still through the litigation process too.
Who?
David.
Lowe? Yeah, Lowe's. Yeah, I got some updates for you on Lowe I'll be doing soon. He's got to go to court soon. His case is huge for Clark County right now. They're going to be fighting the hell out of his case because they're so screwed on everything they've been doing. I think what you're witnessing now is the prosecutor trying to keep his hands clean, which they're not.
No.
Jeremy Mull. How about that name, guys?
He is the biggest problem in Clark County. Y'all hear that?
Donovan was the one that asked for a beer, Cliff.
Yeah.
Again, you're still on Donovan here. No, Amber's Worm is over in Louisville. Different set of cops.
Yep.
But good job remembering the cop's
Yeah.
name from the channel. Amber's is from LMPD. We're talking about Clark County. We're talking about Clark County here, Indiana. So good try. All right, so AJ Vissing is one. Donovan Harrod was one. Bradley Kramer, how about that one? Ponytail Phyllis, that's Harrod. Everybody remembers Harrod.
Herod,
Y'all love
Horde,
to,
and Ponytail. It's
y'all
the
love to
same-
hate Harrod, don't you? So
It's
do
the
we.
same joke of a cop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Harrod deserves every bit of all the memory that you all have.
Oh yeah,
He deserves every bit of it.
even more.
Yeah. Jim Busby. Nope. So Bradley Kramer's a big one though, because Bradley was the one who had decided that it would be cool for his buddies to put his name on our probable cause and warrant,
Yeah.
even though he knew he didn't have probable cause nor a reason. Cause. He didn't have a cause. They literally did not have a cause on the documents. There was zero cause number. They didn't have a cause. But Bradley was the one that we heard had his house raided in the. All right, look, let's do it like this. Let me make a point here. Her and I were just talking about this. So on the news, you heard the day that Jamie's house got raided that there were 7 search warrants to serve. Right? Put one in the chat if you remember that. That the media was told by the police that there were 7 search warrants that were ready to be served. Stumblefoot remembers. There were 7. All right? Now, here's what we got. They knew that day they served 3 fire departments. Okay? 3 fire departments got served that day. And Jamie's house, that's 4. So we still have 3 more search warrants, right? Well, then we heard that Bradley Kramer, which would have made 5, right? If that were true, it would be the 5th. And then we heard John Jones got served 2. And that would bring us up to date. So that's just, and that doesn't mean those are the right people, but I mean, it supports it, right? It supports it. Because they were all being served at that time. And that's what we were told. All the people that we knew of that got served, anybody that alleged that anybody had been served. And we were there standing in the driveway on the sheriff's one, the Jamie Knoll one. We were there, you know, so we knew that got served. And then we drove by the fire department, one of the 3 fire departments that were served that day. And all 3 of those fire departments were approached by the mainstream media same day, where they said, we're not, you know, because people are panicking, thinking we're not going to have an EMS, we're not going to have fire departments, you know. So they openly said, you know, hey, come talk to us, to the media, and said, and then explained to them how they were going to keep operating. So we know those 3 fire departments did in fact have search warrants that day. And then, like I said, very next day, it was Bradley Kramer. Now, that makes perfect sense to us. That makes perfect sense that Bradley would have gotten hit with one. Especially considering if they did get John Jones, then they would have definitely gotten all of Jamie's cars, which they did, right? Because they served Jamie's car collection. And then Bradley had a car. So, yeah, it makes sense. Now, we're not saying that we're positive, because this is under investigation, and the Indiana State Police are being so tight-lipped. Like,
yeah.
And it ain't just them either. All the agencies are being so tight-lipped.
And really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
They're being very respectful of constitutional rights all of a sudden.
They're like, oh, you're right. You can come in here and you can record. Yes.
Yeah, come on in with your camera. Even though we've kicked your butt like 50 times over your cameras, you know. All we ever cared about in the past was mentioning that you couldn't have a camera. And then I just got a message that somebody was able to walk freely through the courthouse with the camera the other day. And as far as we knew, we were the only ones they were letting do that, which is good. Like they
that is a really good
It was
thing.
an unlawful rule that they made. And I'm not talking about the courtrooms.
Right. Courtrooms is by the judge's rules.
Talk about the county courthouse building, which has all kinds of public rooms that have public meetings. And under the Sunshine Law, you're allowed to bring any type of recording device you wish into those buildings so that you can record public meetings. So, I mean, that's the law that says this is why.
And not to mention, at Clark County, their courtrooms are upstairs, right?
Yeah, they're all together.
They're all upstairs.
Upstairs.
And that's the same way it is at Scott County.
Did you all see the video where the judge tried to get us to walk into a huge hearing with our cameras? Did you all see that? It's an older video. It was called Going Mental, for public safety, Going Mental. Yep. And Tiffany got to flip off, what's his name? Crumpton was on in our Tyrants video, in our very first viral video.
Our very first audit, and I'll call it an audit. It was our very first time publishing our attempts to
put our feet down,
our legal business.
Yeah, well, it was the first time we'd ever put our foot down and said, we're not giving you ID, we ain't doing shit. Fuck off. That was what happened. And it's not even monetized on my channel for some reason, so feel free, please go watch it. It's a great freaking video. And there's about 75 versions of it rolling across the internet because they didn't monetize mine. I wasn't monetized yet. So I gave permission to everybody to go share it at the time. So there's there's probably, I don't know, at least 15 channels that did a version of it. Put it on in the chat if you all saw the version of Tyrant, any version of our video Tyrants at the courthouse. I want to see how many people have seen it. It's been on so many channels, I can't even name them all. And there's one. Bob's seen it. It was our first. You haven't seen it, Worm? You're missing out, bro. Look, I don't make any money and I don't care. Go back on the channel, look for the thumbnail that says Tyrant.
I still laugh at myself whenever
it was a good one. Man, we surprised ourselves because Crumpton walks up to us and he goes, I need to see your ID. And we went, nope. I was like, you don't have a right to ask me for ID. I said, we ain't breaking any laws here.
Yeah.
You know? And then he says, well, the prosecutor told me I need to come down here, and I'm going to come down here, and you need to talk to me, and you need to tell me what you're doing. You need to leave, blah, blah, blah. And he had the piece of paper in his hand, and I knew what the paper was because I wrote it. It said, I would like an appointment, please. That was it. That was all I wrote on the paper. So he's holding this piece of paper that I knew just said, I would like an appointment, please.
I
And
think it said in a timely manner.
something like that. It was
Maybe
just
that's
that,
what
though.
offended him.
That's all it was.
Hurt his
I'd like an
feelings.
appointment, please. And I knew it wasn't nothing illegal, so we told him. Tiffany said, can I get your badge number? And puts her phone right up on his chest. And then all these cops start swarming us from every direction. Clark County cops were everywhere. And it was funny because she broke into what you all see today on her channel. She turned into OMC like that. And she starts walking right up. She goes, I need your badge number. I need your badge number. I need your badge number. She's doing this little circle around.
So I got real close to him. I was like, Mayor.
Yeah, she figured out every one of their names within like less than a minute. And then we just straight up said, we ain't leaving. You know, well, they got physical and snatched us up and started pushing. I'm talking pushing. I was not moving my feet. I was walking at a pace that I wanted to walk at, and it was pissing them off. So they had hands picking me upward, and I'm 250 pounds, 240, right? So they had men that were picking me up, picking my weight up off the floor and pushing me out.
That's
It's
right.
3 of them. And then it turned into 2 when I started moving my feet a little bit, but I flipped the camera around. I was like, you can't do this. You know, here y'all are. This is video. Clark County officers doing what Clark County cops do. So we walk out. Well, anyway, the original officer that approached us with this bullshit was an old feller by the name of Crumpton. We've got some dirt on Crumpton. Boy, do we ever. Anyway,
Yeah.
Crumpton is just a guy who's been involved in the shit for a whole
He's
long
just
time.
been there for a bit too long.
And he's allowed shit to happen
Yep.
underneath of his nose for way, way too long. And he's got the cush position, and he knows the right people. He's like the grandpa that's been in there just, you know, he knows so much that I'm really good. Let's put it that way. So Crumpton was addressed after you guys got pissed about watching the video and made your phone calls and everything.
Yes.
And that was their first hit, their first taste of YouTube retaliation for doing constitutional violations. So it was like 3-4 weeks later, probably. We were doing an audit on their mental health situation because they've been robbing the funds and paying themselves even on Veterans Affairs monies. You know, you keep doing that. So we did a video on it. It was called "For Public Safety Going Mental." And as we got up to the second floor of the courthouse, she comes face to face with Crumpton for the first time since the video. Well, she held off long enough for us to go over to the clerk or to the court's clerk for the Circuit 1 judge who was involved in nefarious monies activity. And we went and did our portion of the video. But on our way back out, the judge had apparently told his clerk to tell me and her to go into the second set of double doors on the right to talk to the judge
Yeah.
in the courtroom. Now, first of all, it wasn't the second set of double doors on the right, and she was very clear about saying, yeah, the second set. The second set was a
I do. Thank
World-
you. But I just don't publish everything.
world media covered case. It was like a murder or something big trial that was happening. No media was allowed. And they had tried to tell us to walk in there with our little cameras. So we think that was a setup, first of all.
Yeah.
But Crumpton approaches us. We didn't go in. We immediately recognized this ain't his courtroom. This is bullshit. So we backed off, and we weren't going to go in with cameras. And then we weren't going to go in either of the courtrooms, actually. What we were going to do is knock on the door and have the judge at the time come out.
Right.
So we walked away. Well, then Crumpton walks up to her to approach her over, because I think they were getting ready to put us in cuffs, right? Like they were waiting on us to open those doors and then, contempt of court. So anyway, Crumpton starts walking over and she says to Crumpton, "Hey, Crumpton, do you mind if I tell you something?" And it's her little super sweet, innocent personality. And Crumpton goes, "Sure." And she goes, "I just want to say this." She just stands there holding it up.
And I turn around to the camera and I'm like,
And she smiles at me.
And then I go back and I'm like, Do better, be better.
Yeah, be better, do better, something like that. And we've heard a little slogan go around on YouTube ever since, so good job picking that one up. But yeah, so yeah, she got to flip Crumpton off in that video. It was fun.
On FPS's channel. It's Going Post. Is it going? What is
No,
it?
that one was called Going Mental.
Going Mental. There we go.
4PS Going Mental. It's a good video, guys. That one's jam-packed full of some crazy shit that
That's
we
right,
haven't even
Caucasian.
really came back on yet. We really need to get back on that.
Oh, we got one getting pulled over. Is he pulling somebody over?
Well,
Yeah.
he's just cruising down the road with his lights on.
What are you doing, bro?
Hopefully the people don't get beat up for not seeing him. He's in an unmarked car.
Should we go? Like, you can't see his lights. He doesn't have lights on top.
Y'all want to go do a cop watch?
Let's go.
Try around the corner. You want to do a cop watch? One in chat if you want to do a quick cop
Yeah,
watch.
because there goes Jeff.
Come on, tell us, guys. Vote it in.
I'm telling you.
I know you are. I want to see your people vote us in.
See, run.
Well, get us there.
Faster.
I know how it works, guys. They got cameras on their units, too. Clark don't have them, but JPD does. Now, Les Merkley, the asshole that just ran away from us in the beginning of this video, he won't let us get videos. He's trying to charge way more than he can, like $300 just for 10 minutes of footage on our last request. It's ridiculous. All right, we'll do it. We'll just do it as a live on yours. Busy time of day.
Campers. All right, you guys get to see it. Oh, I have to tie my hair back. And I'm in the parking lot, and there goes my seatbelt. Go to a parking spot. Do not, like, lock them in. All right. Oh, I did. Did you see the little young one there looking back at me? What? Oh, Lord.
Remember the 25-foot rule?
Yeah, the 25 foot rule. All right, I'm going to the sidewalk. Sidewalk's all the way over there, though, Cliff. I'm good. DG. I don't have my case, like my external case. Yeah, that's why I don't wear short skinny. I'm Snow White. Oh, there's his 25-foot. It's 25-foot rule. He says we'll stay 25 feet back. Yes, it is, Carl. It is stupid. $25 feet. Tape measure. They're just ignoring him. That's kind of cool. He says, can you hold that? Oh. Why do they have 3 cops on this mother? It's literally a mom and her kiddo. Oh, Pappy's a smartass. Yep. That was funny. He's like, here, can you hold the end of this? Oh, who is that? I think that's a female cop.
Yeah, so Indiana's trying to pass this.
Right? SWAT team.
saying that you gotta give them 25 feet when they're doing something like this.
That was a female cop.
If you stay there.
6328. 5769 and unmarked. I'm going to flip you guys away for a second.
I believe it. Don't show your ID.
Good.
All right. Well, I assume you weren't doing anything wrong, and
No, I was not. Like,
Yeah.
He told me that I didn't drive up quick enough. I mean, he said I didn't drive up long enough before I switched lanes.
oh well.
That's a ridiculous
Well, I'm glad they left you
excuse.
alone.
Thank you so much.
You need to get
Yes.
a car seat for this
I
one.
know. So I was an emergency pickup. My sister had to get to the hospital, and she had the car seat in her car. and I
Yeah,
couldn't drive.
I'm not telling you what to do.
No,
I'm
no,
just
trust
saying
me, I would never do this
we're
if I
real
didn't have
familiar
any
with these
cops.
cops,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you right now they will find any reason. Now she looks tall enough.
He said,
But-
he said he drove behind me 20 paces, and I should have waited another 15 before, with my blinker on, before I switched over. And I was like, what? There was nobody in that lane. I said,
Right.
I seen you behind me, like I was trying to get out of your way. I thought you
Let me
knew
ask
who
your
was speeding.
your personal opinion. Do you think he was profiling you?
Of course,
Okay,
of course.
See,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Hi,
also
sweetheart.
my music was on. My music was on, but it wasn't up high.
Yeah.
And it had bass in it. I had speakers.
Right.
But it still wasn't like, because my baby.
so guys, what she
Right,
said
you're not
is the
crazy.
cop's demeanor
Right.
changed
Well, you're good.
like significantly once we pulled in.
Just watch your,
So-
you know,
Thank you.
go get one of them cheap seats
Oh,
so that they don't
I
have any
do it at the
excuses.
house. I do. I just don't normally drive this truck.
And-
That's another thing.
The only thing I can tell you to do is always record.
Yeah.
So the next
And I
time,
never think about it.
well, this is the reason they ran
Yeah.
this camera.
Definitely.
All right, so you got one,
Yes.
use it.
YouTube
All right.
channel for public safety.
I'm for public safety.
Thank you so
Yep.
much.
All right,
All right, bye.
drive safe. Bye, sweetheart.
So yeah. Woohoo! I knew
So we
it.
may have saved
I knew it.
some people of dealing with some
Feeling.
unnecessary government overreach. Now, I mean, I wasn't trying to stop whatever.
So that worked out.
And I thought I'd make a
Good.
joke out of this stupid 25
Uh,
they're kind of waiting to-
They didn't even like discuss what they were pulling her over for. They just took her ID back up and left. So it worked out. It was a win. So at least nobody got anything done to them that wasn't necessary. And I'm just waiting on Chris to let us back in. Well, I hope they don't, because now she's aware of the channel. And now she can reach out to us if they do harass her. And
That didn't
follow
last
her.
long.
So
Did you guys like that? The 25 foot, the tape measure coming out?
they loved that, by the way. That was great.
Break out the Fat Max so that we can make sure we stay 25 feet back. Idiots. Look, did y'all hear him? He did try to hold it on me. He goes, you can come as close as you want, film all you want, buddy. And I was like, oh, you don't mind if I get closer? Because I like getting audio.
Well,
Well, hang on.
Hang on.
And then I walked over there and he goes, you know you're supposed to stay 25 feet back. I was like, oh, well, hold the end of the tape measure for me.
yeah, can you hold this, please?
No problem following the law.
Buzz, they did pass it in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's being disputed, but for right now.
No, it ain't.
No,
it passed. But it's going to be disputed because people like us are willing to let one of them try it. Let one of them try charges. And it'll be disputed. So we got lawyers on already for that one. Matter of fact, ACLU is already on it. So that would be...
Yes, they are very, very unhappy with that rule because we can't hold police accountable if they are forcing us to stay so far back. We never want to
25
impede.
feet so far, you don't get audio.
Exactly.
And most of the evidence is in the audio, believe it or not. Although this community really enjoys the privilege of the video, the audio
That
is
would be
where it's
cool.
at. I mean, a lot of times video catches things, but without audio, it barely would be usable in court. So
Right.
the audio's huge. So 25 feet is, in my opinion, just to keep people from getting court evidence against cops breaking laws.
Everybody's saying for you to take my video clip and turn it into a short. Yeah, I
You want a
don't,
short for her channel? Is that what you're saying?
of you and the tape measure. It's great.
Oh, I did a video. I got a video of that.
No, look, I see you with the tape measure. That's the great part. Like,
Yeah,
not
we'll
a-
do it on both channels. I'll help her edit a little short out of it.
But we never want to impede with an investigation, but at the same time, if they're doing something that violates their policies, procedures, or state law, we want to be able to catch that too.
Oh, I wanted to challenge the 25-foot rule mostly. Like, I've been waiting to do that anyway.
For a citizen's protection.
We ain't running around trying to protect cops either.
I said it could possibly be.
But it does suffice both ways.
It does.
Did you all see the CNN news report on First Amendment auditing recently? Put a one in chat if y'all saw the
They
CNN.
didn't have me on there, so.
It had Bay Area Transparency, Long Island Audit, DirectE, and I think one other person was on there. Dude I haven't seen before was on there.
Yeah, Stumblefoot. And the thing
Yeah,
of it
Cliff,
is-
I'll send you a link to it when I find it. It was really in good light.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
they had
really
an
good.
attorney that said, "Hey, man, it's good for everybody if it gets recorded." 69, Matt. Yeah, a lot of people haven't seen it. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised that those bigger channels like Long Island and Bay Area and all them that were on there aren't. Why is the Clark County cop sitting there in the car?
That's not Clark.
Yeah, it was.
That's
That was a Harrison. Well, they bring people to the hospital, so.
Okay. Well, that's probably what they're doing because they're parked right in front.
Hey, y'all want to go down to the Big Four Bridge where the security contract's at? We're right down the road. They're usually there at night.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Actually, if we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this live. That way it's not so long that nobody will want to come back and watch it if they do.
Yeah, well, no, because you're going to have to cut it later anyway. So,
I could just make another video.
why don't you
out of
just
it.
let this one roll?
Yeah, I'll let it roll.
And then we'll, before you
Listen,
static
do
it, we'll go and cut it and then repost it
Yeah,
as the same video.
that works.
Yeah, we'll keep y'all in here because you got 133 in.
I agree with you guys on us doing the right thing and making sure that that mom had witnesses because
She's like, "Thank you guys so much for being here." She goes, "As soon as you started putting that tape out, they just decided just to not do anything
well
about."
that one, it's always the papples around here that are so grumpy.
She said
And-
she wasn't doing nothing wrong. Now, I don't know about if her kid was quite tall enough to not be in a car seat, but she said she literally,
She said it was an emergency basis.
yeah, she said she was heading to go get it anyway, like right now. So I don't know if she just, I don't know. I don't get involved in people's personal life. But that ain't what they were getting pulled over for.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, and if the cops had done something about that, I wouldn't have said nothing about it, a ticket or whatever. But
That Fat Max saved the day.
yeah, Stanley Fat Max, you got the tape right. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it's a 35 footer. So you can get a lot more distance.
Oh, speaking of tape measuring gadgets real quick, whenever they first came out with the whole 25-foot rule BS here in Indiana, I told Chris they have these, they're like poles and they're short, and then you like sling them out. They extend because they have like smaller
You
pieces.
probably
in it.
accidentally whack a cop with it or something.
Well, that's what I was worried about. I was like, they're going to say that it's a weapon.
Like I asked him.
Way they could do something.
He told me to come up, and then he's like, you're within 25 feet. He had to ask me. He goes, "What is the new law? 25 feet?"
I'm like, I don't know. Phone a friend. Phone a friend, bro.
I don't answer questions.
Yeah, we're going to be buffering here and there, so just stick with us through it because there are some dead spots through here.
This
Hey,
is where we
Gino.
caught the cop eating at his family's restaurant. The one that went in reverse doing 30 mile an hour when we asked him why he was parked in the building, guys, is a disability. It's a building that's made to house people with disabilities. So that ramp is like super important. And the cop just left the car running.
Yeah.
The one in the video. Now that short's gone viral. It's got over 1 million views.
Oh, that's
on my
insane.
channel, the
he
short.
had no regard for anyone's safety when he was just trying to
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, dude wanted to get away so bad because we caught him sitting in his family's restaurant, just sitting there eating for
I
over
like
an
it
hour.
too. He says, "Oh no, they
Car
see
was
me."
running in the handicap, which is also the fire lane for that. I don't know what it's called, disability complex.
No, I don't know what kind of complex that is. It's like an
called something.
apartment.
Yeah, it's apartment complex, but they apartment complex, and it's mostly people with disabilities. So the fact that he just parked his car and left it out there like that, half a block away, I mean, there's no argument to that. I don't know
Right.
why there's any bootlickers left that are like, leave the guy alone. Well, you don't leave some
Yes.
asshole like that alone. All right,
And
so
he wasn't even eating when we went in there.
No, he
'Cause
was in there
a lot of
crocheting.
people are like, well, I think that it's fine if they're in there eating or getting a quick bite. Go, well, he wasn't eating. He had been done eating and he was crocheting.
yeah, he'd been
The
in there
man
for
was
over an hour.
crocheting with his cop car running. Like, come on, y'all.
Down the road even, not even there. Like his cop car wasn't even out front. It was out front and down the road. Well, here you can show them where it's at. Here's the well, no, don't show them the name of the restaurant.
Yeah,
I don't want
want to.
a bunch of calls going
But
into
I
it.
even asked him, I was like, are you crocheting? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, that's cool.
I think he was like, yeah, I'm just here talking to my mom or something like that.
Well, I mean, if you're a dude and you crochet, then own it. Like,
Yeah.
show us what you're crocheting, because I can't crochet anything other than a round doily, and I'm good to do that.
Well, there's the two handicapped
Yeah, it's just
wheelchair ramps.
apartments. Is
No,
what it is.
it's a complex for
I'm not for
assisted
sure.
living. It is.
I still get lost whenever we come.
We are at the Big Four Bridge walking park.
Big
It's
Four
a
Bridge,
park.
walking bridge.
It's a park, but it's a walking bridge park.
It's a double bridge, according to Chris.
It's a bridge that was created with a park. I guess there's like a park at the base of it here.
Yeah, there is a nice, cute little park for kids.
And then it's designed around a bridge that crosses the Ohio River on foot. So you can walk across. And it's really nice. Like it's a neat idea. It's good for the town on both sides of the river, because it goes over into downtown Louisville and it gets used by a lot of people. But the security here though, on this side, is what has been contracted to the assistant chief of police's wife's company,
Yep.
and it's already the city of Jeffersonville. And we learned recently, with backing documentation, that the chief, Kenny Kavanaugh, is already
Yep.
putting special units here anyway. So like he's already paying extra in tax.
On the clock for City PD is what
Right.
he's saying specifically.
Already, they're already here. So, giving his assistant chief's wife a contract to have more cops sitting here, Scott McVoy is not keeping it staffed, which is the second portion of a problem. Because if you're paying the guy, if you're paying the guy's wife these huge sums of money to have cops here, which
Wow.
off-duty cops, you guys can see how the problem lies in all this, right?
Is that one?
Oh, I shouldn't have pointed at him. He's the one that would just give the tape to. Yeah, it's the
It
same guy.
says they won't
I wonder if
go
he's supposed to
away.
be down here and that's why you just booked it. Like maybe
That may have been.
he may not even be on
He's
the
probably
clock.
like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be security. I'm.
Issue that we've
Yeah.
been talking about. The guys are working wherever the hell they want, no matter what their contract says.
And assisting.
Let's go down here and see if they're not where they're supposed to be. Now, that cop was probably, yeah, I mean, he must be here. I should ask him.
I think that we should go back and ask
I will
him.
here in a minute.
I don't know. He's awful grumpy.
Oh, I don't care.
Are you sure you want to talk to him, or you want me to talk to him?
I don't care. I don't care who talks to him. I don't care if he's grumpy either. He could be grumpy all he wants.
Oh, I've never heard of that DG.
I liked the last cop we met though. He was cool.
He's circling back around Cliff. Yeah,
I'm
we
going back
met
there.
one here the other night, and he was actually a really nice officer.
Lannison, I think.
I don't know, you'll have to
Yeah, he was a cool cat, and I don't think he knew that
I'll ask him.
the problems that were with K4. He was working for K4, but K4 is like this. They just pretty much put a bulletin board out saying, "Help! Help! We can't get officers to work anywhere. Help!" And then
Well-
all the cops know is that there's available work. And the chief is the one saying, use the car, wear the uniform,
Yep.
which makes us think that Palmer, that's why that's the main reason we think Palmer is getting a kickback. Palmer's the
Right.
chief of police for Clarksville, guys. And it was Clarksville cops that are working for the Jeffersonville company K4.
I'd like to have one of those, Kitty.
What's that?
A windproof lighter.
Glider?
A lighter.
Oh, lighter. Yeah.
Y'all can understand what I say, right?
I have bad hearing, y'all. Sorry. And I can't read the chat because I'm driving. We saw a sign there underneath of the interstate viaduct the other day that said, you can't be here
Oh,
without
yeah.
permission. And it's not private property. It's the property that was bought by the government for the interstate.
Yep.
As you can't be here without written permission, a permit.
Funny, isn't he?
Or is that just Big Four? Yeah, that's not on foot. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, you can't.
I was like, don't ask me.
That's on foot. I don't know. Hang on. Let me get out of here.
That's why I don't drive in this area.
I
because-
don't know if that's like for foot traffic. It doesn't say anything about not going in there, but at the end, these bars that you can't drive through. So I'm assuming.
That's pretty good indicator that you're not supposed to do that.
I don't think
There's
I'm able to
bars.
go any further than that. Here we go. This road takes us back over. This is a nice place though. Like Jeffersonville has done a good job with this area.
It's very beautiful down through here.
We're not saying that we don't want this city to expand and have, amenities and all that stuff. We appreciate those. We just think that don't go scraping around for extra pocket out of it either. Like, use it for the way it's designed. Do it right. Don't cheat. Don't steal. All the same rules that they put in the Bible. Like, you don't do none of that stuff, and you'll be all right. But that's what we have problems with, is where they're doing that kind of stuff, cheating and stealing. And they are. They're cheating and stealing money straight out. All right.
And lots of it.
Low, yeah.
Lots
Like,
and lots of it.
on paper to the tune of $1 million.
What could this,
And this is just over the past
what
couple
could
years
this
with
city
this one
have done
company.
with $1 million, y'all? I wonder.
Well, that's just a few of their contracts.
Right? All right, once I get you guys out, I'm going to throw you in my case. That way I can... Oh, I didn't roll up my window. It's fine. All right. So you guys can see, that's definitely
Good.
the same officer that had that lady pulled over. What?
What's that? Oh, it'll shut off. Thank you.
We can't go very far because I left my window down.
That's a regular tag.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think that's the cop.
I'm pretty sure that the cop had a regular tag.
One way to find out.
Hey. Yeah, there's only one way to find out. Let me catch up with you. Sure looked like a cop car.
I don't think so. Don't they have to have that little thing?
If it's, well,
Oh, it's sitting there running.
yeah, I mean, I don't know of many citizens nowadays.
No?
That's a cop car, bro. And he's sitting in there. See? Cop car with a regular tag, y'all. Hi. He's ignoring you. He's on his phone. Let's check out this tag though, guys. That's, yeah. That's a regular tag. 0 indicators that this is a cop car. And whenever he went by, he only has lights on the bottom of his patrol car.
Go check that sign out. Look at this.
No. I can't see that sign.
It says resident parking only on this side of the lot.
He must live here. Or maybe he doesn't have to follow the rules because he's a cop. Hello, everyone that's just now coming in. What do you guys think? I know, this is a nice car. Check out that car. Y'all think he's here?
Just playing on the phone or... Hey, Mr. Everett. Yo. Mr. Everett.
Performance exhausted, yeah. Pulling that lady over probably took a lot out of him. Yep. You guys want to see in his car? Say hi.
Excuse me, sir.
He says I don't talk to the public. He says I only talk to you guys when I'm pulling you over to make some money.
Is he just gonna ignore us?
Yeah, I just checked the tags. They're regular.
He's just playing on the phone, y'all. Chat if you think Everett's watching our videos.
A tent reader. But yeah, he's got regular tags. No, I haven't. I'll have to look them up. He's probably, yeah, I could see him playing Tetris. I like Tetris myself.
Well, that car
428 TNN. Yeah, completely unmarked.
It don't have the John Jones sticker on it, which is odd.
Right?
That's almost always the dead giveaway is the John sticker.
Oh yeah, they are completely decking the cars out here in southern Indiana. To the nines. The days where you've seen just a basic cop car that could go fast with the hubcaps,
Mr. Everett, can I have 1 minute of your time?
that
please?
exists no more.
Hello?
The car's through the ringer though.
You yanking your snake in there?
Oh God.
Hey, can I get just 1 minute? What's your car wiggling for, bro? Come over here and look at this angle.
Is this car wobbling?
He's got the car wobbling, reaching down in his lap. What do you think's going on there? Look at him, guys.
Maybe he's trying to... Never mind.
Is he tugging the... yanking the old tug?
It's not wobbling.
It was.
It ain't wobbling now. Oh, yeah, there it goes.
There it goes. As soon as he finds a page he likes on the internet. See Everett. He's not having none, guys. He ain't trying to talk to us.
Officer Everett, can you speak?
That's sleepy.
Do you need a nap? Do you need your blankie?
I don't know why he won't talk to us. I think he should talk to us. Don't you guys think he should talk to us? Like at least be cordial?
What if we had an emergency right now? We're trying to get his attention, but we don't want to go on the road to do it.
Oh, there's a scuff on it. How you doing today, brother? What's that? Man, I'm just trying to get your attention. Don't be a dick.
What did you just say?
He said, don't touch my car.
He didn't touch your car.
I did. I knocked the window.
Did
I
you?
knocked on the window. I was
Oh,
trying to get your attention.
because you're ignoring us?
Hey, listen. Are you here with K4? Be careful,
Oh,
my
really?
finger's in there. Well, you're a dick, dude. Who you working for?
You need to go get laid. You're grumpy.
He's taking care of that in there right now.
Good
It's the
Lord.
same cop that had somebody pulled over, so let's get average time sheet. Here's how this works.
Yep.
How this works.
You smell.
Mr. Evans about to go to the left because he doesn't know that I understand that he gets the belt, and I just got him on video pulling somebody over down the street. And I happen to know that the detail he's working right now is security. For
That's
off
right.
Duty
company.
That's
Off
right.
duty. We ain't on fucking duty right now. What do y'all want to bet? So what we're going to do to finish this little video is I'm going to go to his agency tomorrow, and I'm going to request his timesheet to see if he is the best.
They wear their uniform. They wear their uniform when they go do security. That's one of the big problems. So,
I can be a dick too. Didn't they tell you not to get on my bad side? They should have warned you.
so yeah, if you live in Southern Indiana, keep an eye out for this unmarked car.
Don't touch my car, dude.
I told you. Okay.
Don't touch my car, dude. Don't tap on the window to get my attention while I'm jerking off. It's all right. He just gave us a video, guys, because after court tomorrow, I'm going to go down to his agency and I'm going to see where he's supposed to be at today.
That's a good question. That's what we are going to find out. That's a good question. My guess is that he's probably not supposed to be pulling people over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And that's why he's being so big mad.
He just got caught playing both ends of the spectrum.
And that right there, guys, is what we are upset about. Is if you're going to get paid to do security, and leave people alone. Unless they're doing something around the place that you're doing security detail.
Right.
Because if you're not
cops covering the roads.
Yeah, they keep it really nice down here by the river too. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we just caught him double dipping,
Yeah.
working two places at once.
Yep. But
We'll find out for sure tomorrow, guys. He was a dick.
he was.
And it was the same cop, y'all. He's like, don't touch my car. All I did was barely tap on the window with my knuckle just to get his attention. So, hey, since when is it wrong of a person to tap on the window or try to get the attention of the security guard at a place you're at? Tell me when that became wrong. Deserving of a threat.
Can you email me about that, Joey? Right. He didn't even buy the car, and we were just wanting to ask him a few questions.
I was just going to ask him about
That's right.
where he's supposed to be working right now. That's it.
Right.
And that's what he don't want to
Is
answer
he
about.
supposed to be sitting here next to the walking bridge, which is K4 security, or was he supposed to be pulling people over?
And I wasn't going to hammer
like
him.
he
I was just going to ask him if you're working special detail. That's actually my thought was maybe he's working special detail for Jeffersonville City, because special detail is the one I was telling y'all about that Kenny's been doing, which is normal. It is good. Like, it is fine, because this area does need more security than the rest of Jeff. So putting special detail down here, now what that does, if you're a chief of police, what that's doing is that is making time available to some officers, or if an officer had been sick one day or something, had to leave early or something like that, and they just need 4 or 5 hours to make up, then they can get on that special detail list and they can come down here. And then when they do that, so when they come down here on the special detail, they're assigned to this area.
And we're okay with that.
They're assigned to this area. They're focusing on the bridge area. In this area outside of the bridge, little bridge circle here, they also go respond to those. And then they respond to as backup, things like that.
And that's what businesses can do also. Like, if your business has been getting an outside, section of it broken into or whatever, you can request through your local PD to have extra detail. And what they can do is they can literally just hang out there instead of somewhere else.
I wouldn't say business, because you won't want to confuse people with thinking they get private policing.
Let's not do that.
It's anything that is a high risk,
A building.
potentially more traffic area than usual. So like if there's a event happening,
Thunder over Louisville.
which is a great example. So people have houses all through here, right? Well, Thunder over Louisville is an event. It's huge, right? People travel all across the nation to come here for Thunder.
Yeah.
And what that means is they're going to need extra patrol for these areas. And that includes the houses. It's not just the businesses. So you can call as a resident, you can call and say, hey, look, can you all make sure that there's cops nearby this area? Because, and then you'd have to have a reason, like there was last year your house got broke into due to it, or people were stealing stuff out of your garage or something like that. If there was an issue and there's going to be higher traffic and they have a suspicion that there might be a higher potential risk of crime, then they would establish extra officers, extra detail. So that's where the special detail comes in. He might have been on that, but I don't think that's a Jeffersonville City cop.
I do not think it is, but I may be wrong. I said I don't think that it is.
Does anybody have the ability to look up C. Denzinger? C. Denzinger.
Was that him?
That's what it said.
I thought it was Edmondson.
I don't know where you come with that. Hang on. I'm going to
I
look
don't
just to
know.
make sure.
Who knows where I came up with it?
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's me that did it wrong. Hang on, guys. I'm going to have y'all look it up for me.
Woohoo! Yeah, look it up. Somebody's asking how to spell it. Exactly.
I'll get that here.
Yeah, he can rewind his video. I can't.
Wait till I get the image of it. I put my camera right up to his windshield and got it. I'll get it here in just a
I
second,
zoomed
guys.
in so everybody could see what he was doing in there, since he wouldn't
Man, it's hot.
like roll his window down or anything.
I wasn't expecting him to be a jerk.
Not completely like that.
Everett. Everett's his name. C. Everett.
We were
Evie.
both wrong.
Yeah, Everett. Can somebody look
Awesome.
that up for us, please? C. Everett. See which agency is with. It's either Charlestown. What's up, Wanda? It's either Charlestown, Charlestown, Indiana, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or Clarksville, Indiana. It's
Yeah.
going to be one of those. And it may have been a JPD. I would start there if I were you all guys. I would start with Jeffersonville City Police Department. But yeah, C. Everett. Keep an eye on there for us. Yeah, you can't interfere with the scanners, though.
Right.
Whoever said that, Kenny. You can't interfere with their scanners. We're not allowed to have one that we can key in, but we don't have one anyway. Yes, Matt C. Everett. If y'all can
Yes.
figure out which agency he works for.
But he's wanting to know, could we have one like running in the vehicle with us?
There are some laws in Indiana about it. So what we've done in the past is we just have other people update us. And then there's phone apps where you're not doing anything. There's no way to be illegal through the phone apps.
Right,
that we
you have
use.
to have a special license to be able to communicate, and you have
Yeah.
to be like,
But we don't give them any boundaries
No.
to be, to look at us like that. 200 likes. Thank you, guys.
Woohoo!
Nice. See if one of y'all or some of y'all can help us do a little research. Otherwise, I got to go home and do it myself. Let's see if anybody knows which agency he works for. That's all I'm trying to find. If you just use the Indiana website or look up any of them, we're looking for the name C. Everett. And I would start with Jeffersonville City Police Department, because that's what, I hate to say that's what the uniform look like, because they kind of all look the same.
yeah.
And the car he's driving,
Thank
though,
you guys.
that's a very expensive new car.
It's very, very.
It makes me think either Clarksville or Jeffersonville.
It's one of the two because I
Well, those
haven't.
two look like somebody in the legal system, don't they?
They do. Interesting.
All right. C.
Yes.
Everett. If y'all could see if you can figure out which agency he works for me.
All right, we need to drive.
Yeah. And he don't know me, so I don't
Hey,
know why
Keeper.
he's trying to act like it.
If he knew you,
Yeah, sorry about the buffering, guys. Yeah, we don't even give cops a hard time usually unless they earn it. Reaction like that was out of line.
I enjoy fun interactions where we can, talk for a minute and then just carry on.
I like it when we meet cops that don't have no problem answering public information questions.
Yep.
That's what I enjoy. I like it when they're just cordial about it and tell you what they know. And I mean, it's public information. It's not like we're not allowed to know this stuff.
They're gonna have to learn though. Like as soon as they shut us down on something,
That's when
we're gonna go research it. Like
That's when we figure out there's a problem.
we're gonna
right
be
there.
like, oh, there's a problem there. Because why would they be refusing to answer it?
Or why would they be reacting that way?
Yes.
Guys, what do you think? You would react negatively if you were doing something wrong, am I right?
It took you to Jeff. Is that where it took you to?
Oh yeah. So when you researched the name Everett, it was
it
Jeff.
just said it took me there. It could have been a comment about anything.
Oh,
I'm still trying to envision
there's plenty of
what a
websites
windproof lighter
that
looks
tell
like.
you who's who in each department. I mean, if nothing else, I'll just do my diligence and call each department's administration in the morning,
Yeah, we'll
like after
locate
court.
him. Because sometimes if they just recently switched agencies or if it's just a new officer to the area altogether, he won't be listed on any of their sites yet. Yeah,
All right.
I had to cool my phone down.
So
It
the
says
air's
hot.
not working and it's super freaking hot right now. We're gonna let y'all go so we can put our windows down, and we're heading home anyway.
Yep.
So we love you.
Love you guys.
See you on the next one.